Hi everybody, we're just back in from testing out the Rainbow app. We are doing a Waypoint mission finally, went off without a hitch. I'll give you the video here in a second, but just want to let you know it's kind of just a beginner's take. Fortunately, a lot of the buttons I can't actually show you unless I have a second camera, which I am working on currently, to actually show you the controls. So unfortunately, when you see the screen, there's a lot to the side and on the top. I'll try to do my best to point it out. Maybe I can do a little bit of a voiceover. Still new to the editing process, so I'm hopefully going to be able to get it to be a little bit more user-friendly for you to see. I'm doing the waypoint side of it. I wanted it because it was just ideal conditions from the last time. I got a lot of views for it. So we're going to try that out first. I actually set it out. I try to do different angle points, camera points of view, change of altitude. Actually does quite well. And of course, as you know, just use a lot of common sense. Just like doing an orbit or something, using the regular DJI apps, you just want to be very cautious about where your drone is. And that's, I guess, the big goal. With no obstacle avoidance, of course, you're going to have problems and issues. Luckily, I am not having to deal with those because I'm in wide open areas, filming hundreds of feet up in the air sometimes. So I'm above everything that could get in the way. But without further ado, I'll give you some video footage of us doing the waypoint. Thank you for watching. Well, we're out here once again. Probably about the same conditions of wind we had last time. We're trying out the Rainbow app. Here, I think I already had it up. Yep, here we go. Now, this is going to be purely a beginner's point of view of this. I actually had a lot of people looking at this video when I first did it, so I tried to redo it here. So far, as you can see, the basics of the information. I actually have a saved waypoint mission that I'm actually going to run, so I'm going to actually do the waypoint missions first. As you can see, I'm in waypoint up in the upper left corner. You can see, you can actually type, and that's where we are. And bring up my files. This is the basics of it. It's going to go down around to my favorite fishing spot and back. Kind of see that all together. I put in different camera aspects. Once it gets to a certain point, it'll actually turn around, look back. I got some height differences. We're going to try to stay below the 300-foot mark. The winds right now around 400 feet are at 33 miles per hour. Nothing the Mini can't handle, but we're just going to play it safe. And for the most part, I'm keeping all the stuff on auto mode for the photography. You notice this is not the Rainbow Pro. That's the one you actually buy for, I believe, $24.99. This is the free app. Right now I am just kind of re-upping it. Later on I am going to download the Pro version again. Without further ado, let's see if we can get her up into the air. It's just actually waiting for the camera, but I think what happened here is it's either locked in auto exposure or something. Just going to reset it quick here. Choose the Rainbow app.
Connect the aircraft.
There we go. There we go. Now the nice thing, and a lot of people got to remember, is no matter what, you always have the ability to hit your return to home controls. A lot of people are always, oh, well, what happens if it takes off? You can unplug your phone, hit the return to home. Always set that up as emergencies, stuff like that. But we're going to see, and there we go, everything's working again. Do some screen recording too, so I can overlap it if need be. Bring up the flight here. We'll switch back over into this mode. So we're going to run that. And then all you have to do on the left hand side is there's the little play button. You can actually hit that. It does a pre-flight report. You can hit the OK. Little slider. If my hands aren't too cold. Oop. This is the wrong one. Let's go back to my saved one. Okay, there we go. That's more of the mission we were looking at. Now, hopefully, there she goes.
Take off.
So far, so good. Go up onto the patio here. So far, as you can see, she has taken off. She's pointing towards the direction. I wanted kind of the open field. As you can see, I got both the film on the bottom. Maybe I can blow it up and put in the actual film from the drone. See, it's going through to first waypoints. It's actually where she starts right there. Now hopefully, without a further ado, she will continue on while looking at that particular direction. To the photo. Maybe this would be a little bit more interesting to watch than you can see it is just kind of keeping an eye. You can see this is kind of the flight plan, and probably with the wind it's quite fun. Interested in seeing the height change. See, it is quite windy. I am not going to touch any of the sticks this time. I think that was one of the problems I had before. I was trying to see if it would actually...
Wind speed is high.
Yeah, wind speed is high. Kind of the same situation. Wind speed was high. I had moved
The wind speed is high.
and the gimbal started shaking quite a bit. Brought her back down. This may be a little bit long, so I might compress it and just do a quick. I should have adjusted the speed, but that's another thing I can do later. I thought it would look nice with a slow kind of roll. I'm going to fast forward it probably around here and get to the first waypoint.
The wind speed is high.
Gonna slow it down just for a second here and note the orientation of the plane versus what it's supposed to be pointing at. It's supposed to be pointing at the number 1 or number 2 camera points. It might turn actually at the number 2 point, or the number 2 waypoint, to look at the number 2 camera angle, or what you're supposed to be filming. Right now it's kind of locked on that tree in the background, but I wanted it to actually spin around and back up. I'll fast forward to the actual spot here. Mind you, I am not touching any of the controls yet. It's still flying on its own. There you go, you can see it's starting to make the turn.
The wind speed is high. Strong wind, return to home.
Now it should be starting to climb here. Should stop right around the 100-meter mark. There we go. So she completed what I wanted to see, and as you can see on the small map,
The wind speed is high.
there we go. That's what we are looking at.
The wind speed is high.
Now she's going to back up a little bit. She was programmed to pause for 5 seconds there, and then she was continuing on. Now hopefully she will be coming back home. And with that, battery life is coming down. It ain't too bad out. It's actually quite nice. I'm guessing it is battling the wind quite a bit. I can see it moving back and forth. Well, I can see the big strobe moving back and forth quite a bit, but as you can see, rock solid film. So maybe I can overlap.
Strong wind, return to home.
She is returning back to over here. And yes, there is strong winds, but
Strong wind, return to home.
as you can see, it is perfectly able to run a waypoint mission. Waypoint missions are very easy to set up. You're basically, like I said, on this screen, you got your, in the middle, right where I have my timer at 342, you can see it looks like a teardrop with the plus. You hit it there. You can set up anything. You can set up for it to do something, turn around, take a picture, fly up, fly down. It's actually quite useful. You can save it. I wish I could actually film me so I could show you it on the screen. But like I said, this is kind of an impromptu.
Strong wind, return to home.
Yeah, she can come back with the ATV.
Strong wind, return to home.
Let's go back to that photos. See, it is locking back a little bit. I thought it would actually, maybe that's a setting I need to actually do, but very anxious, by the way. See that? I might cut that out. I'm gonna release it before Maddie's show. If I release it after Maddie's show, then I'll just leave this out. very excited. Maddie invited me onto his show.
Strong wind, return to home.
Hoping to give him the beginners
Strong wind, return to home.
Point of view of FPV flying. I have just literally started it within the last 3 weeks of actually flying. I got a Tiny Hawk 2 freestyle. Unfortunately, we had to pronounce it last night at 9:42 in the living room as one of the motors locked up, and then something on the circuit board just started smoking. Not quite exactly sure what it was that smoked, but it is smoked. There's my low battery return.
Go home.
I think she's gonna kick her into the auto return, and we're gonna get the annoying beep going on, so we'll let her take over from here. As you can see,
the wind speed is high.
A lot of the safety are on here. Like I said, you can always unplug your phone if the worst case scenario and still hit your return to home button. I know there has been talk, will DJI not cover it? I guess at that point in time, if you're trying to get that footage, you're trying to do whatever you can, but at the same time, just use common sense. You don't have the obstacle avoidance, just like doing an orbit or any other type of shot. I'm gonna actually turn this off. She's right overhead. With that, thank you guys for this first
The wind speed is high.
full try of her. I'm gonna land her down